Hi everyone, this is Jason Burek of Wall Street for Main Street, and this is your video blog for Sunday, April 17th, 2011. Today I just wanted to talk to you guys about Atlas Shrugged Part 1. I went and saw it yesterday with Wall Street for Main Street co-founder Mo Dawood. I really liked Atlas Shrugged. I've not read the book yet. I have it on audiobook. I need to listen to it soon. But I think it did a really good job, of showing. Even, 50 years ago when Ayn Rand wrote the book, I think it was about 50 years ago when she wrote the book, and there's just, so much similarities now to what's happening, and, things are getting worse where, government is just interfering, it's meddling in a lot of, things that, in the private sector. It's just, making it very difficult for a businessman to make good investments, to make smart decisions with his capital, the taxes, the interference, the unions, a lot of, complicated things that, it shouldn't be that complicated. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit, and, you should definitely go see the movie. If you don't know about the book, you might not understand everything about, the movie. Ayn Rand apparently is a big student of Frederick Bastiat, and he was one of the early people in the Austrian school. Well, he was one of the founders of the Austrian school before it was the Austrian school. So I guess, the Austrian school itself, as it's, been called in more modern times, came out of, Bastiat and, Voltaire and some of those other French thinkers, before it went to Karl Menger and some of those other Austrians, before it got to, von Mises and Hayek. I also wanted to talk to you guys today about some of the mining stocks. I was taking a look at the short interest, and in First Majestic Silver, symbol AG on the New York Stock Exchange, the short interest in less than 8 weeks, the short interest on First Majestic Silver has gone up about 8-fold, and in Great Panther Silver, the short interest has tripled. So I looked at the short interest on a lot of the other silver stocks that are listed, on the Amex, the NASDAQ, or the New York Stock Exchange, and the short interests were not, there was no spikes compared to First Majestic Silver and Great Panther Silver. So, I don't know, those could be potential short squeezes coming over the long term for someone who's patient. Those stocks have gotten a lot of momentum into them. So they're going to need maybe a little bit of consolidation, especially Great Panther, because, First Majestic is bringing on a lot more production than Great Panther. I really like First Majestic Silver a lot long term, though. Think it'll be a $40 or $50 stock in 2 or 3 years, maybe even faster than that. Management's just doing a fantastic job, increasing production and growing out their resource and reserve base. So I think that's a great long-term investment, for people who don't want to do a lot of research, keep rotating in and out of juniors. When one becomes fairly valued or overvalued and, rotate back into undervalued, think your money's in very, very safe in First Majestic Silver. And it's well run, like I said. As far as some of the other stuff goes, I think what's going on right now is the hedge funds, and everyone thinks that these guys are geniuses, and a lot of them, are very book smart, and some of them have been successful, on Wall Street for a very, very long time. Some of these guys, though, are overrated. Okay, and their algorithms, a lot of them don't know Austrian school economics, or they might know a little bit, but they discount it, or they don't think it's very good. Some of them don't even know it at all. And I think what's going on is, I think what's going to happen is you're going to see things kind of like a reverse 2008, where the hedge funds were long commodity stocks then, and they got caught when the market crashed, and they had to sell it off. And I think the exact opposite's happening right now. I think these guys are, long bullion and some of the precious metals ETFs like a GLD and an SLV. And I think these guys, a lot of these hedge funds are short as a spread trade. I think they're short in the mining shares. So I think these guys are going to get caught. And I think they're going to have to cover. So you're just going to see this, with the earnings. You just got to be patient, guys, and continue to accumulate, or at least that's what I'm doing personally, Do your own research, but that's what I'm doing personally, is I just, see the earnings coming out, and they're going to look spectacular, even with oil this high, because the gold and the silver are rising very, very quickly now, too, especially on a percentage basis, compared to oil, especially silver. So the silver guys have really never had margins like this before. This is just fantastic. That's pretty much all I wanted to talk about today. Modu Wood and I and also John Manfreda are going to be working very hard along with Chris Marchese on finishing up the next version of the treasure hunting report, treasure hunting for precious metal stocks report, and hopefully that will be out probably, I want to say, by the end of next week. So give us about a week. I don't know the exact price point that we're going to be selling at, but I think there's going to be about 15 gold and silver companies in there, and it's not going to be all the same companies, because like some of the companies we took out, like Great Panther Silver, we took out of the report because, it's just run up so much, we just don't see value that people, should be buying like a lot of shares of it now. So we're doing more research and we're finding more companies in there. I think there's going to be about 15 companies, give you a nice basket of like, bigger companies, medium size, and small juniors. Okay, well, I hope everyone's doing well. And also, the Wall Street for Main Street, we are beta testing our main website, so I don't want you guys to check it out yet, but we're working out the bugs, and hopefully we'll be good to go in 2 weeks, guys. I am very excited. So, and then, we're just going to start going after the content and doing interviews with some of the bigger names for you guys to provide value that way. So everyone have a great weekend. Hope you had a great weekend. My weekend was pretty good. I really enjoyed the movie last night. And, I'm going to try to do more of these video blogs, but guys, I've been so busy. So, sorry it took a long time to do another video blog, but, just try to enjoy these other video blogs, and hopefully you liked my other extra normal videos. Okay, thanks, guys.